Hey, oh boy. My ping is better. Way too good, bro.
Hello everybody, and welcome to this video. Today I wanted to talk about the performance in Escape from Tarkov, because I've had some problems. I came back from to Tarkov I had a break for like 6 months, and my settings were really bad. I didn't know why, because I played on, I think it was high texture quality, low shadows, and basically everything off or on low. And still I got lag spikes and all that. I was on 70 to 80 FPS on something like customs, but I still got lag spikes and I could not play Streets of Tarkov. I had a solid 24 FPS. So this guide is not only for you who wants more FPS out of the game, but the guide is also for you who can't play Streets of Tarkov or get lag spikes, because in customs I got like 70 to 80 FPS, but I still got lag spikes. So, you know, you can change some settings so you still don't get those lag spikes. So first of all, what I want to show you is my Nvidia control panel settings. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm a bit sick right now, so the voice is a bit fucked. Then you go into manage 3D settings, and you're gonna go to program settings, and you're gonna do this for both Arena and Tarkov. So it's gonna be the exact same. So we start off with Escape from Tarkov. It was already on it. And these are my settings. I didn't really change that much, but everything here, image scaling is set to off. Filtering is set to application controlled. Anti-aliasing FXAA is set to off. Gamma control correction, sorry, is on. Anti-aliasing mode is set application controlled. These are all my global settings. And then you have transparency off, background off, CUDA all. This is driver's default. Low latency mode is on. I run at 85 FPS. I'm actually gonna change it right now. I'm gonna run just 100 because I get around 85 all the time almost FPS on customs. So yeah, you're gonna set this to whatever FPS you want as well, so it can't go higher than that. So you can actually limit it here if you want to. If you feel like you get a bit lag spikes but you have 130 FPS, try and limit it to 100 FPS right here. I have a monitor with G-Sync, so I have that on. Multi-frame sample is off. Open GLL auto, of course my RTX 3060. Power management normal. Application control on preferred refresh rate. Texture filtering is on. Texture filtering negative is allowed. And the quality I set to high performance, so that it does more performance than it does quality, because Tarkov is so heavy, especially on the CPU. Trilinear optimization is off. Threaded optimization is off. Pre-rendered frame is just 1. And Vulkan, I have it on prefer native. And you're gonna hit apply. And I gotta hit apply as well because I changed the FPS. And you're gonna do the exact same settings for Arena. And then what you wanna do is you're gonna go to your folders. I'm gonna show you in a second. And then you're gonna find where it is downloaded. So first of all, I found out I had the launcher, BSG launcher, on my disk C drive, and then I had my Valid State games with Arena and EFT on my G, and they're both SSDs, but putting my BSG launcher on the same drive as the game download was better for me, so I would recommend trying that. You can always just uninstall the BSG launcher, and then you can reinstall that on the other drive, and it will already have your content, so all of your games is already installed. You don't need to do a big thing out of it. I just installed BSG Launcher. It took like 2 minutes to find it on our website, download, and that was it. And then the games were installed. If you have problems and it can't and it says install down here instead of play, you can press game settings and then set the patch to existing game installation, and it will try and find it. But what I also do is I go to properties on the BSG launcher, I go to compatibility, and I run the program as an administrator just to be sure. I do the same on both games, Arena and Tarkov. So you're gonna right click the Arena, not the BE, but the Arena. And then I also disable full screen optimization. And I think this is what make the lag spikes go down. So I haven't had any lag spikes after these settings, but you're gonna put both of these on, and you're gonna do the same with the Escape from Tarkov one. Properties, compatibility, disable full screen, and run program as administrator. Then you're gonna restart your PC and go in game. So we're in the game now. The settings that I just showed you, where you play full screen optimization and play as administrator or open as administrator, it can also prevent the game from lagging a lot when you get shot by players. I've seen people who every time they get shot at by another player, they lag extremely much, really much, and the game just lags. And yeah, that is frustrating. So if you put it on open as administrator and full screen optimization, it will help. I think it will be gone even. In here, I play with 75 FOV, so you don't have to change that. If you like 70 or something like that, you don't have to change it, but you can play on 75 and still get a good game out of it. On graphics, I play borderless. If you still feel like, oh, I need a bit more FPS, or the game is still lagging just a tiny bit, changing it to full screen can adjust that minimal things. But if you have big issues, it's not gonna change the big issues. You can of course try, but yeah. I run texture quality on medium, set your shadows on low, object LOD on 2, and overall visibility you can run it on 400 or 1000. I'm actually gonna change it to 1000. This is gonna tank just a bit FPS, but I think it's like 2 or 3 FPS, so it's not gonna do a big deal. Clouds quality I play on low. Anti-aliasing, I had it on Nvidia DLS on, so but when you have this on, you can't use the anti-aliasing, and actually changed from Nvidia DLS to TAA. It made it way better for me. You can also play TAA high. I don't see any difference in the FPS, but if you like the game more like that, if you think it looks better, you can use that. Then I have resampling is 1 times off. HBAO and SSR is off both. They both look really good, to be honest, if you have them on. It is the shadows and stuff like that around objects, so it looks more realistic, but this tanks your FPS as well. I think I had it on... This one I had on high performance, I think, and the SSR I had on medium, and it was minus 15 FPS or something like that. You can of course try the HBO to HBAO, sorry, to one of these 3 if you want to. Then you can see if it changes your FPS. If it doesn't and it looks good, you can use that of course. And anisotropic filtering, I hope I pronounced that right. You're gonna be on per texture. I had it on as well, but it actually tanks your FPS way more. This changed really a lot for me to have it on per texture. And Nvidia reflects low latency. There was no difference for me to play on and on plus boost. I had the exact same FPS and I still don't get lag spikes, so that's why I have it on plus boost. You can of course try turning this to on if you think your game is still just a tiny bit laggy or something like that. Then if I go... I don't know if this works, but if you turn this off, you can change your FPS, and I'm gonna change it to 100 now because I have it on 100 on the Nvidia control panel, and then I'm gonna change it on. Then this goes to 100. I'm not sure if it counts or anything, but in game it still follows my Nvidia control panel, so I just do this just to be sure. Down here you're gonna have nothing on except Streets of Tarkov. This gave me 5 or 6 FPS more on Streets, and the performance of the game was also way better. So it was way smoother running around. I didn't get any lag spikes or anything. So now I can actually play Streets of Tarkov. I have around 50 FPS on Streets of Tarkov. And yeah, that's like around that. I don't use post effects because I can see pretty good. So yeah, I don't know if the post effects gains you or does worse FPS. You can let me know in the comments if you gain FPS from enabling it with specific settings. But I don't use post effects because I can see in the game, so I don't need it. And you're gonna hit save. One thing I also want to talk about quick is that they only use physical cores. Try to put it on and off. I think you can do it in game even. I'm not sure, but I have it off because it actually made the game a bit worse. I think it was a bit better with it on. I couldn't really tell on the FPS, but I couldn't tell of how smooth the game was. And yeah, let's try go in game and you can see what I mean. All right, so it's nighttime. I actually didn't see that, but as you can see, the game runs really smooth. I don't lag when I turn around or anything. I can do smooth aim, and it looks good. I also, every time I test these things out, don't go in raid, just to go into training or offline, whatever you call it. Offline practice, I think they call it. And then, if you don't have this set up, I can just show you quick. But in controls, there's one console, and you're gonna hit that to a key that you know. And when you hit that key, it will come up, and you can enter a command, and you can press FPS, spacebar is 1. And then in the top right corner, it will show my FPS. You can see I'm running smooth on around 80. And around 70 to 80 is fine for me, at least. I don't really mind it. But what I will do is I will watch the FPS count and see what it goes to. So let's say it have been to like 85, like it is now. It's not been worse. It's not been that bad. It's been at around 85 at the top. Then I go back into the settings and I do this on 85, and I do my Nvidia control panel on 85, just so the game don't try to push more FPS out and give you a lag spike. So you just limit it right there. But you can see the game is running really smooth. I don't have any lag. I don't have any tear or whatever you call it, screen tear. Yeah, no problem at all. I'm also gonna show you in Streets of Tarkov, of course. Let's get in there. So now we're in Streets of Tarkov, and you can see my FPS is around 45 to 50, and the game is running smooth. I can actually run around, shoot people, not lag. I can play the map. I haven't been able to play it, so yeah, it works way better now. I recommend having the FPS counter off, and you just press FPS spacebar 0, and then it turns off. But yeah, you can see the game runs way smoother now. Well, you couldn't see the game before, but I can tell you, the game runs way smoother. I had 24 FPS before, and I was lagging, so I was like, when I turned, which was really annoying. But now I can play the map, so yeah, that's great. So that was the tutorial for today. I hope it works for you. If it doesn't work for you, let me know what your specs are, and if you have all the settings on, did all the things. One thing that I really recommend is playing the damn tracers, bro. I didn't kill him. Give me a second. got him. One thing I really recommend is the setting, the full screen setting out where you go to properties on the game and playing the game as an administrator. It really works a lot for me. And one thing also, I can't play with scopes on Streets of Tarkov because every time I scope in, it tanks like 15 to 20 FPS, which is annoying. And yeah, I can do it on customs or whatever because it goes to like 70 or something FPS, which is fine. But on Streets of Tarkov, it's just, it goes down to, I think it went from 45 to 30 FPS when I scoped in, and it feels really janky and laggy, which is really annoying. So yeah, that's why. If you want a bit more FPS, you can always go to settings and then turn this all the way down. I should want to see how much. You can see now it went to 47, and it's gonna be a bit higher now as well. So you can see I just gained around 2 FPS. Oh, it's slow. It's so slow looking in. But yeah, now it's around 45 to 47. Of course, it also goes a bit down, but yeah, it gives you a bit more FPS. Oh shit. Oh, tracking. But yeah, it gives you a bit more FPS. But I recommend just having it on 400. Because yeah, you might as well gain all the FPS you can. And when I had it on 400, I could still see the guy up here when I was all the way down there. So it's not gonna be impossible for you to play either. But yeah, I hope it worked for you. Let me know in the comments if it didn't work for you, or yeah, I'm gonna try and help everybody that can't play the game or can't play Streets of Tarkov or something like that. But if you followed all of my guide and you think that, okay, now I actually get a lot of FPS, I also want to have, I don't know, a bit more texture quality, then you can of course try and put the texture quality up or something like that. But these settings, you gotta have these on. When I play with Nvidia DLSS, it's terrible. I don't know why. And the same down here, I want to play with per texture, and these I want to take off, or max performance, high performance, or high. You can try which one of them is okay for you, but the SSR is just, yeah, put it off. Then you gain the most FPS, and then you can try and make the game look a bit better with the texture quality and all that. So yeah, I hope it worked, and I hope I see you in the next video. See you around.